Hi guys, Stu Davison here from NZX Dairy Team with your market update for the last fortnight. We missed last week, sorry, but we're going to catch up with the last fortnights of data and tell you what's been exciting and happening in the world of dairy. Last week we had GDT 271. We saw the price index slide 2%. Whole milk powder also slid 2%, and they usually follow each other. Skim milk powder dropped 4.4%, which was expected. We've seen this price of skim milk powder elevated for a long time now. Butter was the only commodity to lift, lifting 3.9% on average across contract periods. This is the third consecutive gain for butter prices seen at GDT, and there's been a lot of solid support for butter on the NZX futures market over the last week, which is positive for butter in the upcoming GDT next week. AMF saw a very interesting result. We saw a fall in price for premium grade AMF, but an increase in price for regular grade AMF, and the discrepancy between the two of them was $400 per tonne for contract one, which is quite substantial considering. GDT 272 is next week, Tuesday the 17th of November. Volumes are as forecast, and Fonterra hasn't announced that there will be anything different at this GDT event. Australian milk production has lifted 0.2% for the month of September. Tasmania led that increase by 6.6% for the month of September, month on month, and a 6.5% increase in production year to date. That's quite substantial and quite impressive to see that sort of movement, and 0.2% lift in production across Australia is quite substantial. In the US, we've seen a similar story. Milk production continues to increase month on month and year on year, with September 2020 being the 13th consecutive increase in production seen out of the US. A lot of that increase in production has been led by a lower rate of culling cows, so we're seeing more cows in barns producing more milk. Pretty simple supply and demand. Last week, Spring Sheep had their open day on farm in Hamilton. I attended along with 400 visitors, and we got a run through of what's happening. Got to watch the sheep being milked, and we had a Spring Sheep flat white, which was delicious and quite good. Spring Sheep looking to increase supplies next year with confirmation of that at the open day. The current limiting factor to increasing supply as fast as they would like is the limited availability of the own brand of ewe, the Zealandia milking sheep that Spring Sheep has bred themselves. We're going to see a lot of expansion in Spring Sheep through the coming years, but it's going to be slow as they start to, get their base and grow their sheep ewe numbers. So very exciting and a cool product, and it sounds like they've got some good market depth going. So one that we'll be watching closely, and very interested to see what you guys out there think of Spring Sheep going forward. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next week.